Hey, thanks for checking out today's video. So today we're going to talk about Carnival's Faster to the Fun perk that you can purchase before your cruise. Now there are a lot of things included in this package, and it actually includes a number of the things that Diamond and Platinum cruisers get. So we're going to share the details of the package, what's in it, and then we'll talk about what we think about it and if we think it's worth it. So hey, let's get right into it.
So to start off, we're going to tell you what's included. First, you get priority check-in. Carnival has a private line for you to use to make your way through security, check-in, and boarding. You know, this is especially helpful if you're like us and you want to be among the first people on the ship. It's always fun to be like the first few, you know.
Well, vacation starts when you get on the ship.
Exactly. And, you know, we do have to say that Carnival has done a really good job since the shutdown with speeding up the lines. We really haven't had any issues.
Yeah. I think the only one that was maybe slower was we were on one of the first cruises for the Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
So it was right after the restart. Plus it was a brand new, not only ship, but it was a brand new terminal. There were just all of these like firsts. And I think that took longer than we had anticipated.
And it probably felt even longer than it was because it was so hot.
Well, it was hot, yes. But I mean, aside from that, every other cruise we've had on Carnival, both pre and post, but certainly since the shutdown when they started up those appointment times, has really gone quickly. One trick we do to help with our own version of priority check-in is I always stay up till midnight Miami time to make sure that as soon as that clock strikes, for us it's 11 p.m., I jump on and I make sure that I get our preferred boarding time. And really, we've always gotten on the ship very quickly at that point. Hey, if you enjoy this video, would you hit the like button, consider subscribing to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates. We love doing these videos, and we'd love for you to see more of them, so thanks in advance.
So the second thing you get is early stateroom access. This one isn't always as good as advertised. You know, we always thought that it meant your cabin would be ready, but it doesn't always mean that. Your room may not be ready, so then you will still get access to drop off your carry-on luggage, but then you have to leave. You can't stay in your room.
Right. Not that you necessarily want to.
No, but you
know,
can't
if you want to
go
get in there, go right.
Unpack, or you can't do that. You just drop off and go. So.
All right, another one that kind of goes hand in hand with the early stateroom access, and this one I think can be a great perk, and that's the express luggage perk. Now it makes your pre-cruise packing a little bit nicer because you don't have to carry quite so much stuff in your backpack or whatever, or your carry-on bag. Sometimes we've recommended that you take your maybe your first night's clothes for the dining room in your carry-on, but with this, your luggage arrives typically, it arrives in time for dinner, so you can get moved into your cabin right away, and that's nice. However, like I said, we always try to board early.
Yeah.
And we try to, we stay up late, get that early arrival, and it seems like in every cruise, we've always gotten our luggage. In fact, most of the time it's there waiting on us at 1:30 when the cabins open up, but if not, it's always been there before dinner. We've always gotten unpacked. And not
like right before dinner, like hours before dinner.
Yeah, like 2:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30. And so it's a good perk, and it's certainly, if this is why you're getting it, it's nice to have that peace of mind, but I don't know that it's necessary.
Right. So you also get a dedicated guest services phone line and a line at the desk. So if you have any issues, you got your own line there.
Yeah.
This one can be nice if you have problems, but for us, we rarely end up at guest services. I mean, we went once because that bus thing. Remember? And we had to mess up with our whatever.
I don't know, we're pretty easy though, so we kind of roll with the punches. Listen, I know people had a lot of trouble.
Yeah. And
need to go to guest services, and it's great. This perk would be fantastic if you happen to be that person that just seems like stuff happens to you and you need to go to guest services. Like I'm not bashing. There's some people wrong place, wrong time, right?
Right.
So I get it.
Wrong place, wrong time all the time? I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyways, if we do have an issue, we try to be strategic about the times that we stop in at guest services, like, not the typical...
Not like the rush.
Right.
not on the last day, not on the first day, or we'll just go later in the evening. All right, so here's another one: priority dining reservations. And this one, if eating in the main dining room at the 6 p.m. seating or the late, if you have to have the early seating, you have to have the late seating for whatever reason, and this is really important to you, then obviously this is the perk for you. And one thing that this can be helpful for is if you've booked a last-minute cruise. And that said, the popularity of your time dining seems to be growing, and so it kind of suggests to me that maybe this perk isn't as big a deal as maybe it once was.
Right.
And with all of the other places to eat on board the ship, we found, especially on the last cruise that we went on, we ate at the specialty restaurants a couple more times than we normally do.
Yeah.
And, we made reservations for those. Literally, like, we were on the boat, we're like, oh, this one's open. So I don't know. Tell us in the comments below, do you use this one? Is this a big deal to you?
So another perk would be priority water shuttle boarding. And this one is kind of a hit or miss.
Yeah.
A lot of itineraries don't even have ports with tenders. But that being said, if you are headed to Belize or Grand Cayman, we had both on one cruise. Yeah. And this perk could have come in handy, although we didn't need to get off right away.
Well, we had excursions in both ports,
right.
And so then we had they took us right to the shuttle.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's a way to get around it. You just get an excursion, an early morning excursion, and then they take you. You're going to get off the ship for those because we met in the theater for those.
Yeah, and they ask who's got.
Right. Yeah. Okay. You come with us now.
It can be quite the wait to get off the ship in those ports. If you don't have priority water shuttle boarding. I don't know why that was hard for me to say.
It's a mouthful.
Water shuttle boarding.
All right, and the final one is your choice of debarkation time. And it's always nice to have a choice, especially if you have like an early flight. But that in that case, you can actually let guest services know. Although maybe you'd want to use the guest services perk to tell them. I don't know. But if you have an early flight, you can just let guest services know, and they'll actually move up your debarkation time. Yeah. And another thing, guests who are carrying all of their own luggage off, they can leave earlier as well. So with the facial recognition, it speeds up in the time it takes into ports. So this one...
Although I will say, we carried off our luggage one time.
Yeah.
And it really was not fun.
It wasn't fun, especially with all the waiting around and so on.
It wasn't fun. But that being said, we haven't really had an issue with this.
No. Actually, so one thing is the debarkation benefit that I recently did on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
They had I had the key, which was a package. We've got a video. We'll put a link to it. It allowed me to have just a leisurely breakfast, and I actually had a late cabin checkout. And to be honest with you, if Carnival changed their faster to the fun perk to give you like a 9 a.m. departure time where you went down and had breakfast, like a made-to-order breakfast, and then went back and got your luggage and then just waltzed off the ship, like I'm signing up for that one.
Now, the prices have gone up quite a bit since Carnival restarted Faster to the Fun. We found with just a little bit of preparation and planning, we don't really miss the perks provided by it, but, it's a personal thing. You got to figure out what works best for you. We won't say that it isn't worth it, but we don't feel that it's necessarily worth it for us.
Right, and the prices are different depending on the port. It could be anywhere from $70 to like $130 per cabin. Now, it's not per person, it's per cabin, $70 to $130. And I guess for me, with, like you say, with the little bit of planning that we do and preparation, I'd rather take that $70 to $130 and put it on the craps table. Yeah.
Or pay for an excursion.
or that.
Or go shopping.
Or that. Well, if I hit it big on the casino...
No, don't even say that. You promised me that before. It did not happen.
Well, I did hit it big on the casino, though.
But I didn't get any jewelry, is what I'm saying.
All right, I owe her some jewelry. So what do you think? Not about me owing her some jewelry, but what do you think about Faster to the Fun? Have you purchased it before? Is it worth it to you? Let us know in the comments below. So, hey, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.